Hello everyone. Yep. Today is the second sections of our online class. Yeah, previous section we have already finished Unit 7, Words of Wisdoms. Yeah, in Unit 7 you have learned about modal auxiliary verbs. Yeah, mostly about vocabulary and grammatical structure about modal auxiliary verbs. And in modal auxiliary verb, you have learned, yeah, I hope you have learned the different functions, different use of those modal that we use in, yeah, we use in present, in future, or we use in the past. They have different functions and they have different meaning too. According to the situation, you use them in, yeah, in present, in future, or in the past. Yeah, and this week we are going to start Unit 8. Yeah, Unit 8 is alter images. Yeah, alter images, I think you may have some idea about alter images. When you see something, you see picture in your eyes. Yeah, you may see it, and if you don't think about those picture, you may think it is just a simple images. But actually, sometimes we use images to represent words and to represent meaning as well in the images. Yeah, in this unit, you are going to learn about metaphors and idioms. Yeah, I think it's a little bit hard as well about metaphor, idioms, and about grammar. You are going to learn about real and unreal tense usage and substance the message. But today I am going to cover only metaphor and idioms. Alright, so now let's go to my slide presentation about Unit 8. Yeah, so today we are going to discuss about metaphor and idioms only. Yeah, first, because in our lesson, there are some picture about art, so you may have some idea about art. What is an art? Yeah, an art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in visual forms such as painting or sculpture, producing work to appreciate primarily to their beauty and emotional powers. So I think you may have idea about art. Yeah, you may give different meaning to the art, but in short, art is just a human creative skill or imaginations. So sometimes if you want to express your feeling or emotions and you cannot say it out, you cannot speak it out, you may create some art to represent your emotions. Yep. So what is the relations between art and metaphor and idiom in these lessons? Yeah, so you are going to learn more about this. And what is the purpose of art? So the purpose of art might be to reflect the artist's thought and feelings, to mirror or reflect reality in a thought-provoking way, or to highlight the beauty of life, or to shock. So you may know the purpose of art when we talk about art is I think it's a kind of broad ideas, but somehow people they use the art like drawing or dancing or they're making sculpture to provoke the idea or to provoke the thought uh, the, the thought, or sometimes they just want to show the feeling, the shock, about something. So here are yeah here are the pictures about the two US president, Barack Obama and Donald Trump. So you can see the two couple, and you can see one um, idioms, right? One idioms that people usually use is a picture is worth 1,000 words. So by just looking at the pictures, you can understand the two different couple, right? So they may have different situation in their family, like um, like in Khmer we also have some kind of idioms, right? We call chồng kiêng ta bị nám, lướp ta bị nô, or uh, in Chinese proverb we have one Chinese proverb as well, like you cannot expect sugarcane to be sweet at both sides, whatever. So you can, by just looking at those two couple, you can see like the difference, right? And you can describe that pictures a thousand words, right? So here are some more pictures from our textbook. So this is a pictures, yeah, photograph of a fun girl. So this picture is, I think this photographs was taken by Steve McCurry. So he just want to, yeah, he might want to express or want to show something behind the photograph as well. So you can see her face, you can see the way she dressed, and yeah, you may understand about her culture or her situation in life by just looking at her face. And here is another pictures from our textbook as well. The TGV stations in Awinnans. So I have no idea about this picture as well, but it's just kind of art as well. And the artist want to show us something, and there is meaning behind that picture as well. And here is another pictures from our textbook. It's like mother and child. So you can see, sometimes the artist try to make the picture more abstract, and sometimes it's hard to understand. So you know, I try to look at that picture as well, and it's hard to see which one is the mother and which one is the baby, and I'm not quite sure about this picture. And this is another picture from our textbook as well. This is just an art, right? It's just art installation of artists and made beds, right? So the artist just want to show us personal rooms, unmade or unmade bed, right? After Tracy's means, yeah, get ups. I don't know Tracy a mean girl or boy. I'm not quite sure about this, but after he or she get ups, he didn't makes his or her bed, right? So it just look like that. You can see in the picture. So let's move to our lesson today. It's just about vocabulary, right? You are going to learn about metaphor and idioms in our lesson today. Metaphor, you can see, I think you heard, you may hear the word time flies. So you can see time fly is a metaphor, right? And when you say the word time, the phrase time flies, so the literal meaning mean in Khmer we call Nei Trong, and metaphor you can say in Khmer native, right? So literal meanings, it goes through the air, right? So we can say time flies, so the time goes through the air. And if we rephrase the literal meaning, so the meaning of this metaphor means time goes so fast. So time fly here, it doesn't mean time has wings and it can fly by itself, but the it's just the metaphor. So the people used to refer to another meaning. So time fly means time goes to so fast. So in our lesson, you are going to learn about the 4 different types of metaphor. So the first metaphor people used to do it with body. So you can see metaphor to do with the body. So here is the first example. I don't want to point the finger at anyone for this defeat. I think we all to blame. So when we say to point the finger at someone, so in Khmer we mean ទម្លាក់កំហុសទៅលើនរណាម្នាក់ right? But you know in English um, we use we use the word we use the metaphor to point the finger at. So it doesn't mean you point your finger at someone. It doesn't mean you are pointing your finger at someone right now. Uh, so the literal meaning, so in literal meaning you can say to indicate your finger. So you indicate or you point your finger at someone, but the real meaning is that to put the blame on, right? So in Khmer we call ស្ដីបន្ទោសនរណាម្នាក់ So another example, when we set up the business, we had a few hiccups, but nothing we couldn't get around, right? We couldn't get around. So you can see the metaphor here had a few hiccups. So few hiccups here, it doesn't mean you make the sound like in Khmer we call arc, right? So hiccups is a sudden or involuntary gall-like sound in your throat, right? But the meaning is that you had a few small problems. So had a few hiccup here, so it means you had a few small problems. So we call metaphor and the real meaning of the metaphor. Another example, the last example of this metaphor to do with your body, it broke his heart when she left him for another man. So you can see the metaphor broke his heart here. So the literal meaning, if you refer to the literal meaning, so you broke someone's heart, it means you stop someone's heart from functioning, right? Or you destroy someone's heart. But broke his heart here, so to live, you stunned and unable to speak, right? Unable to speak here. So broke his heart here, he may feel very hurt because his heart is broken. The second metaphor is to do with the light, to do with like lighting, or to do with lights. You can see the example. The first example about metaphor to do with light. I couldn't solve the problem at all, and then the answer come to me in flash. So you can see the metaphor comes to me in flash. In flash here literal meaning, so flash of light, right? Flashlight, I mean you know what flashlights. And the paraphrase or the meaning of this metaphor is it suddenly occurred to me, right? So it came to me in flash. And the second example, when my daughter got her prize, she was glowing with pride. So metaphor glow with pride here, so glow like fire, like, right? So the literal meaning here, so you can see visibly very or very proud. So she she is proud of herself, right? So she feel very proud of herself when she got a prize. And the third example, it was going to an exhibition that sparked my interest in photography. So spark my interest is another metaphor, and literal meaning you can see spark is tiny flames that can start fires. In Khmer we call រងើក, right? Or រងើកភ្លើង, whatever. And the meaning is that spark my interest is awaken my interest. So this is the real meaning of spark my interest. And the third types of metaphor is to do with nature. So when we talk about nature, we might talk about rains, we might talk about season, we might talk about flood, we might talk about lightning, thunder, right? A lot about nature. So here's another example. Yeah, the first example about metaphors to do with nature. Joe and Helen have a stormy relationship. They had some flashing roles. So you can see in these two sentences there are two metaphors as well. So the first metaphor is stormy relationships, right? Relationship. So the literal meaning mean with frequent rain, thunder, and lightning. But the paraphrase of literal meaning is a relationship in which people row a lot. So they have a lot of achievement, right? So stormy relationships. Flashing rows, so literal meaning flashing the fire burns strongly, and the meanings, the metaphorical meaning, you can say a paraphrase of literal meaning or metaphorical meaning, very angry roads with large shouting, right? So they usually have achievements shown in Highlands. And the second example of metaphor to do with nature is his career blossoms after he was nominated for an Oscar. So blossom here is also a metaphor. It doesn't mean the flower blossom, right? So in literal meaning, when we use the word blossom, now we refer to flowers, right? The flower blossom when they begin to open up, right? In Khmer Pkari. And the metaphorical meaning, you can say, develops successfully. So his career develops successfully. So this is the meaning of blossom here. And the last metaphor here is the metaphor to do with movement. So we can, when we talk about movement, yeah, we might talk about our body movements. We might talk about, yeah, yeah, whatever that has has a move, right? Has a movement. You can see the example. The first example here: have reached the crossroad in life. What should I do next? So reach a crossroad here so is also a metaphor, and the literal meaning here is come to junction of four roads, or you can say intersection, right? So when you write intersection, so we can say crossroad, and the real meaning of this metaphor is to reach the point in life when an important choice has to be made. Right, so when you say I reach a crossroad in life, so you may have to make a decisions. For example, your mother wants you to get married, you pass scholarship to study abroad, and a current company you are working for, offer you a high positions or promote you to be yeah to be yeah to yeah give you high position in that company, whatever. So and you have to make decisions about the three choices. So this is yeah the metaphor um, that we can use reach crossroads in life. The second example, he followed his father's footsteps and become a doctor. So you can say, I think you can understand this metaphor very easily. Follow his father's footsteps here, or the literal meaning walk behind his father, and the metaphorical meaning you can say did what his father did professionally. And the last example of metaphor to do with movement, you can see the politicians give a long rambling speech on subjects of non-tourism, monetourism, sorry. So the rambling speech here is also another metaphor, and I think rambling speech, I think you may know this word. The literal meaning mean you ramble when you walk with no plan or direction. Um, yeah, in and the metaphorical meaning, you can say long-winded or poorly planned speech. So it just when you come to, for example, when you come to do presentation without preparation, so you don't know which way to go and you just ramble, right? Say about here and there, yeah. So you are not sure about what you are doing, for example. So this is the yeah the four types of metaphor to do with the three. I mean the last example of a metaphor to do with the moment. All right, so I think that's all for these lessons after images, and next session after my New Year's we are going to meet again and we are going to continue the grammar in this lesson. Alright, so if you have any questions you can ask me when we live on Zooms on Saturday afternoon, right? Alright, thank you, goodbye.